In this video you will learn 7 amazing chord tricks in Logic Pro. Let's begin. Tip number 1 is how to check the chord names for what you play on your MIDI keyboard or what you already recorded in your DAW. So here I have Keyscape loaded, and if I play a chord like this, I can see it up here as if you hold down the chord D minor if you have activated the MIDI activity in out here in the transport section, D minor. Or you can also go in when you have recorded a chord progression like this one, starting on this chord, holding down sustain, next chord. You can just select the notes like so, and you see the chord name suggested here, D minor, G minor, B flat major, and so on. And once you have it all, you can actually add it in the chord track up here. So D minor, G minor, B flat major, and so on. So that takes us to the second tip, which is chord track input. So if you double click a region up here in the chord track, and you can just click plus sign to add a chord, or you can hold the option and drag out to create a new chord here. So what you do is double click this section here, and then you click on MIDI input, activate this here, and now if I play a chord, it says D minor, let's play B flat major. You can see it changes right here and here, and you can also add chord colors inside here. So let's say you play B flat major 7, for example, it changes it up here. Or you can add another bass note, so let's say you play B flat major but use F in the bass, so you can actually activate F in the bass up here, and it's a slash chord now. So let's go back to D minor because it starts on that. The third tip is to use the session players that accesses the chord track. So if you have your chord progression up here, you can create a new region if you have a session player. So add new session player, and I activated the piano session player. Now if I click on the plus sign here, it creates a region which follows the chords in your chord track. So if I mute this track and double click here, you can change the keyboard player to play, for example, block chords, almost like I did right now, but this is more rhythmic. G minor, B flat, or perhaps arpeggiated, so different styles here. And then you can, of course, add variation and customize it here with chord rhythm, fill amount, fill complexity. This complexity, if you reduce it, will become more longer notes, intensity, dynamics. Let's see. Softer now. And the moment you add something here, it starts to update the actual session player automatically, and it will always follow. So if I change the chord up here, let's say that to D minor again, oops, like so, now it will update to D minor here. If I change again to, what was it, B flat major, back to major there. So it always updates in real time when you make a change. The fourth tip I have is chord note length. So let's say you have, if we mute the session player and go back to my own just block chords here, right? So here I am using the sustain pedal to connect the chords together. But what you can do is either take this and then select and then convert sustain pedal to note length, and voila, you get this, right? Note length. Or if you prefer, you can select everything, hold down the option and shift key, and then drag out, and every selected note will become equal length. So if I put it there, now you have, and of course if you do that, you can remove the sustain pedal now because they are closely connected. So that's the chord note length. Another cool trick, tip number 5, is chord bass notes. So if I take this here and then go down to the bass line, I copied it just with the option key. Now the bass line is here, but of course we only want the lowest note. So you can click on Shift and arrow down to select only the lowest notes, as you can see here if I zoom in. And then you can use Shift I, invert selection, and then delete it, and now you only have the bass note here for the bass line, right? Of course, this is just a long note. You can slice it up and make it rhythmic if you want to, but now you have the bass line. You can of course also use this for the chords, let's say for the harmony here, and let's remove that bass note because we have it in the bass line. You can try other voicings by using, for example, shift arrow up and take this highest note, move it down, for example, if you want to. So you can always change the voicing by using this technique. So let's in fact increase the separation here, like so, and down there. Now we have some strings working here. And of course, for strings, you want to have the notes connected like so. Here, the ones that are the same, you should join. And here I'm using Command J to join the notes like so. And it will sound more smooth, as you can hear. Beautiful. Then that's chord bass notes. Now, the tip number 6 is on multi-slice chords. So this is a really cool trick. Let's take this chord progression up here again, move it down to the rhythm track here, and if you can hear, right? That is staccato strings. Now what you can do is go into each of these sections here and then hold down option, and then you want to have the right click on the scissor tool. And now if I hold down option here, you can see, let's redo it. So if I slice here, it will slice only there. But if I slice here on the quarter note, right, it will slice each into quarter notes. So multi-slice. Again, you need to have the right click tool, the third tool as scissor, and then select all, and then option and right click. And you can do this for each of these chords. Like so. You cannot do it like so. Everything, you need to do it by selection like so, but it still saves time. And now you have quarter notes rhythmic staccato pattern, right? And for example, what you can also do is take the first notes here and then use Shift P, which selects all of the same positions of the one, and then increase the dynamics on those, so you get an accent here. You can see it if I move in here. Now the one is accented. Right? And now if we add that with the bass line and harmony and this session player piano, which follows the chord track, it starts to sound really beautiful. All based on the chord track up above. And number 7, this tip is using the chord track as your melody guide. So if I have strings, violins or something, for example, synth, horns and so on, you can simply watch the chord track up here, and in your mind you know that D minor is A, D, F, or D, F, A, and then use that as a visual guide when you record something for the melody, like so. Let me try this in real time. Wow, 'Wow, 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 chord tricks in Logic Pro that you can start using right now. Like and follow for more videos like this. Here's another video for you. Keep learning and making music, my friends.